Hi, so bit of a wait from the last video, but I did get into Alpha Legion, but as luck would have it, just as I'm moving house. So for the last week and a half, I've been without my computer, without internet, without anything. So at the time of making this video, obviously I've got my computer back and it's set up in the new place. I don't have internet installed yet, but I'm going to try and get this uploaded somewhere else. But I did manage to get a night playing on the Legion and get some footage for that. So I'm going to do a couple of videos. This one is just a general initial thoughts. Loads of other people have done it, I'm sure. So take it or leave it. And then there's one bit more on the Paladin, but again, quite a basic one at the moment. But come like February, from the first few days in February at least, I should be able to go into doing a lot more on this. Naturally, the first thing you have to do is set up your bar. You've got no add-ons anymore. There are possibly a few add-ons that will actually work, but I didn't get to try those, as I say, just one night. I'm going to see if Tell Me When At Least will work. That will help. But at the moment, there I was with the standard UI, so putting abilities on. All different abilities. This will be the same for all classes. I'm going to go into Paladins a bit more in the other video. And of course, setting up your keybinds, all the usual stuff. Just a little tip, if you get into alpha or beta yourself, once you've set up your keybinds, immediately log out and then log back in. Reason being, obviously these things tend to be a bit unstable and you spend ages setting up your keybinds and setting your UI up as you want it, and then you get disconnected, all gets reset. You have to do it all again. So yeah. Then I was looking at talents, and of course the big difference with talents is that you don't need a reagent. So there's none of this having to remove a talent and then click on the new one and click accept. You just click around them as long as you're out of combat. This threw me a little bit because, again, it's a bit away from your muscle memory. For all classes, I'll say there's going to be a lot of different things that we'll have to get used to. But, of course, you know, there'll be time to do that. Now, the first thing that really hits you is this scenery thing. Of course, we were told at BlizzCon, we saw pictures of the fact that we can see far further into the distance than we can currently on live. But I'll tell you what, until you actually see it, you don't fully appreciate it. Of course, we've all seen other people do videos of this, and we've seen, you know, the pictures at BlizzCon, but really to actually see it yourself is pretty special. And here we are flying out over the Broken Isles, and it's absolutely spectacular. And you can just see, I'll turn my camera around to the right in a second. I mean, there's obviously unfinished artwork. It's very early yet. It's not even actual beta yet. But, you know, what is done looks stunning. And, yeah, it's brilliant. Another little difference, you just see these little stars up here on the mini-map leading to a mob. It's not a quest as such. I think it's just like instructional things. They're just sort of guiding you to the new features, saying she's lost something. Can I go and find it? Yes, I'm a mighty hero. I'm wielding the Ashspring. I'll go and look for your necklace, darling. But I think what it's doing is just giving you, you know, just telling you where to go for things. This is like treasures in Warlords of Draenor, but with a difference. You'll notice there, as well as the item, I got some artifact, something that I can use for artifact power, which of course is going to be really key that we get as much of that as we can. Presumably there's a cap, don't know enough about that at the moment. As I say, I only had one night on it. When you take it back to her, she says, you can keep it after all. So she weren't that arsed about it anyway. It was just showing you that. The actual item itself, that one is for level 110, so I can't use that one anyway. But yeah, there'll be these random little encounters just showing you around. I think that's what they're for. So you can see on the right hand side there is a bar that looks suspiciously like an Apexis Daily bar. Now, they'll have to be careful with this. It is a bar and it's filling up much like an Apexis Daily. I did get this from the order halls. It is part of the daily thing which we use for artifact power. Perhaps, you know, the fact that you can choose from a much greater range, and the fact that you'll be using it directly to upgrade your weapon as opposed to just get this crap might mean. So they're using the basic idea of Apexis dailies, it seems to me, but maybe in a bit more of an engaging way, maybe not. We'll have to see. Might depend. Obviously there's other quests mixed in as well. You've gone to this particular zone. I had a choice of several zones, and because of the way that you can choose which zone you want to be in. It doesn't matter about your level, because your level will scale to it. Then it's absolutely fine just picking up another couple of quests to do in the area. I mean, this is what you do in leveling anyways, is just pick up quests. Now, there's a bit over here I just want to show you. This was mentioned at BlizzCon as well. Now, this guy's tagged these mobs, but I'm attacking them, doing some damage to them, and I get the credit as well. This is what I asked for long before BlizzCon. Can we have open tab on mobs? And it looks like we've got it. They did say at BlizzCon there's a bit of a limit, so if absolutely loads of people are spamming the same mob, then it may not work so much, but at least we've got it. So there's none of this annoyance running around after mobs, really antisocial. Oh no, that person's got it first, or someone firing off a sneaky ice lance when you haven't got anything to tag it really quickly yourself. You do a load of damage to it, they get the credit, and you get nothing. All of that looks like it will be gone. Fantastic addition. Every expansion always brings some really good features. This looks like it's going to be one of them. Here we see another treasure type item, and there's lots of things in there that can be used to give you artifact power. Just having a look at those. We don't use those in our bags. We have to take them to our order halls. I'll show you how to use that in a moment. So at the moment, of course, I'm only familiar with the Retribution, or the Paladin order hall. Retribution Paladin, the only one I've had a go at the moment, but there'll be presumably something to interact with your thing there. So I'm using the items that grant artifact power by this altar, and it's, you know, it's topping it all up, and then, so once you've got enough artifact power, you'll be able to interact on something and they'll be able to spend it. This has happened quite quickly. I did this after one sort of quest from the order hall, so it gets you started. Obviously, they've said it will take months to get them all, but it does get you started pretty quickly on at least being able to choose your pathway. It's worthwhile, obviously, considering which way you want to go rather than just where you want to spend it first. But yeah, that's just my initial look on that. So basically, the first weekend in February is when I will not only have the computer up and running, which I have at the moment, but also the internet. So I'm hoping to be able to go much more into it then. I'm clearing the decks so that I've got time to do that and no other little jobs on. So I'll be able to put out a bit more. I'll also be updating the website with details now that I'm able to try out various things. So there should be more information appearing there, certainly from the second week of February, and from then on, hopefully regular updates on there. So until then, I'm not sure when this is going out. Hopefully it's going out quite soon from my point of view. It may, unfortunately, by the time I put it up, it'll be when I've got my own internet, in which case, but yeah, I'll see you later.